The practice of gill netting, an everyday method of fishing employed for commercial and recreational purposes in salt and freshwater areas, is widely frowned upon locally. For decades, fishermen in Belize have been calling for a veto on gill netting, despite all efforts, including an active campaign by Oceana in Belize, to raise public awareness on its impact. By and large, those attempts have fallen on deaf ears. That was until earlier today, when jarring images of a school of sharks caught using gill nets were posted on Facebook.
Since 2010, Oceana has been advocating for a ban on gill nets, and this was out of the result of the feasibility study that we did when we went about selecting campaigns to work on in Belize, of the fishermen saying, we see the impact that gill nets are having, and we would like to see a ban on the use of this gear. And they produced signed petitions that they had been sending to ministers of fisheries dated 1997. So as an issue, this is very old in terms of the fishermen, Belizean fishermen, saying, I see the impact that this gear is having. I'm volunteering to give up this ban, but others are coming in using this gear that's so indiscriminate, and it's having an effect on my livelihood, on this resource that I depend on. So we have been wholly supporting the fishermen of Belize since we started in Belize in 2010, saying the gill nets are so indiscriminate they need to be banned from use in Belize.
According to Janelle Chanona, Vice President of Oceana in Belize, the public outrage on social media in the wake of what transpired near Lighthouse Reef has once again thrust the issue into the spotlight.
I think this is where the use of technology certainly serves to highlight the scope of this issue. Last February, we had the instance of a rare scalloped hammerhead drowning in a gill net in Hopkins. 2 weeks ago, we had another hammerhead, same thing, I think Rocky Point off Monkey River. And then today, we saw Mar Alliance post several photos of hammerheads, of reef sharks, of tiger sharks, I believe, harnessed using gill nets. Gill nets are used as a primary gear to harvest sharks. And what this is showing you is just a snapshot of what has been happening. And as keystone species, sharks are used to indicate the health of the ecosystem. If we're not managing how many sharks are being extracted, that promises to put the entire ecosystem into an imbalance. So the issue can be highlighted by what's happening to sharks. They can also the indiscriminate nature of the nets are also having an impact on recreational fisheries.
Fish can become snared in gill nets in one of three ways, either by being wedged, gilled, or tangled. Most often, however, they are caught by the gills. Bycatch as a result of gill netting has also affected artisanal and recreational angling.
As you know, tarpon, permit, bonefish are protected species in Belize, but they don't know when they're swimming into a gill net either. So we have images, again, documented by fishermen, by people out on the sea, showing hundreds of bonefish just being chucked over the side, of tarpon just being chucked over the side, because that's not what they're after. So you have all this waste, and the fishermen, the recreational fishermen, are saying, look, for what someone can come to Belize and, you know, collectively spend $5,000 to get that one tarpon as part of a Grand Slam, it's wasted now. For $5, maybe if it makes it to the market, at worst it's getting chucked over the side and being completely wasted. So in terms of the health of Belizean fisheries, from a recreational point of view, from a biological point of view, from an economic point of view, everything is showing that gill nets are just a really bad idea.
It is strongly believed that the sharks shown in the viral images online were caught by illegal fishermen trolling in Belizean waters. Mar Alliance, a marine wildlife watchdog organization, has been actively involved in bringing awareness to the issue. Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.